something up under, what'd you do? What'd you throw up on? What'd you do?
I had a scarf on my lap because it's a little cold in here, and I didn't know what to do, so I threw it, not realizing that's still on camera.
That has to do with us chatting right as we go on the air?
I thought that's what the question was.
Okay. No
this
problem.
right here is Nick Wright.
And I promised Nick Wright today, I'm coming in love.
Yeah.
I love my guy and everything. I promise. I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to talk about his glorious hair.
Okay.
I'm not going to reveal to the public that he actually is married to one of my sisters. I'm not going to do that. We're going to have a great show, Jenna.
Right
you
here?
and I, we're doing this, okay?
Both of those were lies. The hair, much to Freddie's chagrin, is not glorious.
We did not mention,
and I'm not married to your sister, but
we did not mention your height this morning, so we will lay off all
kids, drink your milk and stuff. If not, you grow up to be 5'7" like Nick Wright.
Well, we are 3 minutes into a 3-hour show, and we've discussed nothing but non-sports. So let's get back on track. Big changes coming from the NFC champs. Klay Thompson might miss Game 3, the finals, but we got to start with Kawhi Leonard. According to reports, the Raptors' all-everything superstar is being slowed down by a knee issue, which stems from him overcompensating for a quad injury. The same right quad injury that forced him to miss all but 9 games last year in San Antonio. This Raptors team begins and ends with Kawhi. So, CC, even though he isn't 100% healthy, does Toronto need even more from Kawhi moving forward?
Well, this is the thing. With Kawhi right now, where he is as far as a health standpoint, every Golden State, all their superstars, like, they would like to get more from him. For Toronto to be able to win, I'm not going to say they have to get more from Kawhi. They have to get a different version of what Kawhi can do, because I don't believe with the number of games they're going to play, the type of people they're going to send at him, he's not going to be any healthier than he was in Game 2. I thought winning, closing out the series with Milwaukee was going to give him a couple extra days of rest, that he might have a chance to be a little bit fresher. But you reported, it is the quad that he hurt in San Antonio, but it's not the same injury. People be like, okay, if Tiger Woods, if he said, oh, my back's hurting, everyone's going to go, oh, man, that's the one he had surgery on. But it could, his back's huge. He could be in different areas. So the quad injury, yes, it's the same quad that he had problems with, but it's not the same injury. And most of that injury comes from him getting, what a lot of players get in the NBA, tendonitis, and he got that in his left knee. And after the tendonitis and starting to compensate, Jenna, you know, as much as you work out, you're trying to work out the day, your body's supposed to rest, but you've been working out too hard the last several days. Kawhi's body don't have time to rest, and because he's overcompensating, then now the right quad has flared up. But the last 2 series, forget about the finals. Oh, he's going against Ben Simmons, who Nick, since he's coming to the league, has talked about he's an elite defender. He's got elite height, weight, speed. Man, like, he's a tremendous defender. Faced him in a playoff 7 games, and then you face the MVP of the league in Giannis in another very, very tough series. So I don't expect Kawhi to get better from a health standpoint, but from a basketball, I expect him to face the double team better. I wish he'd be far more aggressive in attacking the double team, every once in a while splitting the double team and trying to score, compared to backing away from the double team and letting them converge on him, and that leading to turnovers or lack of offense. When he's 35 feet away from the bucket, he's not effective, as we've seen him in the first 3 series that we saw him in. So, yeah, be more aggressive against the double team. Don't turn the ball over. And if you can't, worst case scenario, make plays for your teammates. So I don't think he'll be better. Just be more effective and more efficient in what he's doing.
And it's very hard this time of year, even if you had 22 games off due to load management during the season. You're not going to get any games off during the playoffs. He's already played 20 playoff games. It's hard to be fully healthy at the end of the season. And to Kawhi's credit, he has not brought up injury or anything at all. I think this report comes from someone around him trying to help him out, similar to what happened with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard wasn't playing up to the standard that he wanted to. He didn't say a word. Then all of a sudden, I would imagine someone close to him reveals, listen, guys, he's got a cracked rib. Remember when he got fallen on? He's got a cracked rib. So somebody that cares about Kawhi is saying, guys, he's dealing with a real, I don't know if you want to call it injury or something that is limiting him due to what his body can do.
He's not as athletic. He's not as explosive.
Right.
He can't get out on the break. He's not the same player, even if the numbers, shooting percentage is going to be a little down, but it's down for everyone.
And that's for Kawhi. That in the second round against Philly and Ben Simmons, he averaged 35, 10, and 4 on 53% from the field. In the next round against Giannis in Milwaukee, he averaged 30, 10, and 4 on 44% from the field. And through 2 games of the NBA Finals, he's averaging 29, 11, and 4 on 38% from the field. The shooting percentage is the only part of the stat line that if that 38 was 48%, we'd say Kawhi's been the best player in this series, hands down. It's the Warriors have been limiting him as far as his efficiency and limiting his attempts because he's been getting to the free throw line a bunch, but he's only made 13 field goals in this series. And the other thing for Kawhi, and this does make me wonder about the lower body ailment, is the first half of these playoffs, the part of his game that was remarkable was through the first half of the playoffs, he was shooting 50% from 3. Over the last 11 games, he's shooting 28% from 3. And that's been a big part of his efficiency numbers taking a big haircut is he was shooting way over his skis from three-point range, and now he's shooting below his averages from three-point range.
So if you're the Warriors, how do you take advantage of that? How were you guarding him before, and now knowing that he does have an ailment or something he's dealing with, how do you approach guarding him now?
Oh, they're going to take the ball out of his hand. They're going to make the other players beat him. They're going to say at 1-to-1, we'll take what Kawhi has done. But in the finals, like I haven't seen in the last finals, even with LeBron, most of the great players, it's hard to shoot above 50%. That's the first thing I look at when I start looking at the stat sheet.
For sure.
Who on the team shot above 50%? And when you go down, both teams, forget Toronto, all of them, it's hard to shoot. They have a better game plan in the playoffs. They get into you. There's more physical contact. And Kawhi is a pure jump shooter. He jumps off 2 legs on every single jump shot. He never shoots. And that's why you see from deep, it's affected more. That's why you see the percentage, 38% in this field goal percentage. It's affected more, and Golden State's done the best job as far as defending him, concentrating on him, understand what he likes to do, what he doesn't like to do, and forcing him into things that could cause turnover.
And here's the concern for Toronto, as we've talked about this year after year in the NBA playoffs, is who gets worse on the road? Not your stars, but your role players. And now Golden State, they have no reason to change how they're guarding Kawhi. Even though he's averaging 29 a game, because it hasn't been a super efficient 29, they'll take that. If they can keep Kawhi around 30, especially in games at Oracle, and say, okay, Danny Green, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, who's playing like a role player, those guys are going to have to beat us. I would not imagine Golden State's going to change some of their offensive game plan, particularly if Clay can't go or if he's extremely limited. Defensively, I don't think they'll change how they're guarding Kawhi one bit, and I think they'll rely on those role players not being as good in Oracle as they were in Jurassic Park.
One reason why the Raptors are able to advance to the finals, because Nick Nurse made great adjustments, especially in round 2 and then the conference final there against Milwaukee. So especially after game 2, we saw them change offensively. They put Kawhi on Giannis. That's when the series turned around. Let's just see game number 3. Nick Nurse, inexperienced as a coach. He has been in, him and Steve Kerr battling, going back and forth. Let's see what adjustment he makes when they go to Oracle, which he's done last couple series.
And that change that Nick Nurse was referring to was just being more physical against the Bucks
yes.
and then moving on and see if they can do that against the Warriors as well. All right, we're going to talk a little football on the other side. Coming up, could a limited Todd Gurley cost the Rams a chance to return to the Super Bowl? It's next on FS1. You can always check us out on the Fox Sports channel on SiriusXM. We will be right back.